Yeah, it's thinking. Well, hello. We are live here on our Candace Holty, more so the Candace's Classy Cat YouTube channel, and on Facebook Live in our customer group and in our Classy Cats group. Oh my goodness. So if you are tuning in and your alert went up and you're thinking, oh, I want to be part of this, guess what? We want you to be part of it too. Now, in order to comment, just make sure that you click that button that says allow StreamYard to access your whatever it is. I don't know. It's not bank account, but access your something to make comments, because that way your comment will come up and we will be able to count you in for your $50 shopping spree. Woo! So you're going to get credit for being here. You're going to get credit for your consultant for being here. And I have some incredible things to share about the woman next to me here. Her name is National Sales Director Emeritus Mona Butters, and she is with a company called Mary Kay Cosmetics, in case you have never heard of it. Now, this amazing company, Mary Kay Cosmetics, started in 1963. Mona started her business in 1976. She became a sales director in 1979 and a national sales director in 1997. She retired in 2015, and that is over 40 years in Mary Kay Cosmetics. Now, you wouldn't guess that by looking at her because she doesn't look like she could have done anything for 40 years. And she might give you a few secrets if you tune in and maybe ask a few questions. Okay, yay! It says Facebook user. Hi, glad to make it. Well, Facebook user, we are so happy to that you could make it as well. But tell us your name because it's this is like the secret covert behind the scenes kind of commenting. So if you don't put your name, I'm just going to call you Facebook user because that's what it says on my screen. So we are super happy to have you. This is a Q&A with a multimillionaire, and she's a self-made multimillionaire. So please know any question is out there and on the table. I'm going to share a little bit about this incredible woman. Okay. She has made over $5 million in commissions, just commissions alone, not sales, in her Mary Kay career. She has earned over 26 carats of diamonds, and she has been to over 30 countries on full 5, maybe even 6, 7-star trips in true Mary Kay style. I mean, they had the Vienna Boys Choir. I have heard so many incredible stories from you, so I know we are going to have some great questions about your favorite trips. She has driven a new pink Cadillac since 1980. Some of us weren't alive in 1980, but 1980, she has driven a new pink Cadillac every 2 years since then. And when she was the queen of sales, Mary Kay herself came to where Mona lives in Des Moines and actually held her children. And they really had such a beautiful experience in time. She has earned over $33,000 in 1 month as her highest check. And she is my mother-in-law. So I have the utmost respect for this true queen bee. You might have noticed we've got these earrings on. Now, these earrings and these necklace, Mona can tell us the significance of the bee, but know that we are adding to add 3 to our hive tonight. So if that interests you, stay tuned for some amazingness. Well, Mona, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'd be happy to. I'm really honored to be on this, tell me what it's called again, on this spread.
It's called StreamYard, but what it does,
we're on StreamYard. We're streaming some good news.
Yeah.
And I love sharing about my Mary Kay career. And I think I've loved most that I could share it with Candace, and she has taken off like a rocket. And your unit that you have developed over these last 9 years is amazing. 5 pink Cadillacs, a top director trip, which was during COVID, but oh my gosh, they gave you all this money. So it's so thrilling to be on here. I'm going to take briefly, just to give you a little background on my life. I grew up as a speech therapist, and I don't know if any of you feel like I did, but I just couldn't see potential for advancement, for financial independence, for flexibility, for being my own boss. I knew I was doing good. As a speech therapist, you knew that when they left, life would be better for them. But I was looking for something else, and Mary Kay came into my life, and I began part-time. I had my full-time job, and then I would do the classes and the parties at night. And I'll tell you, I loved it. I fell in love with the product, first of all, before I started anything. And I thought, this is a great product. It was great then, but today it's so sophisticated. The research and development has just created this incredible product so that we can, instead of looking older, we just keep looking younger and younger. So when I started my Mary Kay, I did 5 parties I'm not, no, I didn't do 5 parties a night.
Right.
I'm
Wow.
not.
Hey, I love that.
I did 5 parties a week for 4 weeks. Because I knew that if I wanted to leave my job, I'd have to pretty much prove that I could make that kind of money. And so when the contracts were passed out, I said, I am declining to teach as a speech therapist, but I chose to teach skincare and color for Mary Kay. And what an incredible decision. It's given me financial independence. You heard Candace talk about the money. Was it always that big? No, but I knew that that carrot was out there that I could keep pursuing. It gave me flexibility. I've raised 3 sons. And so I wanted that. I wanted to be able to go to their football games, not watch it on a video, but actually be at the game cheering and screaming. I knew that I wanted to be there after school when they came home. I knew I wanted to be there in the morning. The flexibility was important to me, but there was still this part of drive within me. Can any of you identify with that? You just wanted something more, but not at the expense of God, not at the expense of your family. And Mary Kay did provide that incredible platform 40 some years ago. And, you know, sometimes when a company's been around a while, you think, oh, I bet you came in on the ground floor. There's really no such thing as a ground floor in Mary Kay. There are women making more money now than 10 years ago. So it is such an incredible company. We're in 37 foreign countries. And I know what it's like to start when you have your friends. I know what it's like to move, to start all over again. I just know when you have a goal and you have the education and you have a mentor to work with, anything really is possible. So 40 years later, now I feel like I have the joy of being with grandchildren. And so that signature in 1976 really changed my world. And Mary Kay is a company that you can be proud of. Its integrity of what they say is what they do, because that's who Mary Kay was. Mm-hmm. So it's a company that your family, it really is a family business. And so 40 some years ago, I'm still as passionate about it. And so I love being on, and thank you for asking me, Candace. And I want to have people ask questions, because I may not have all the answers, but if I don't, between Candace and I, we'll find them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know we did a Q&A on Zoom about an hour ago. And so we did have a lot of participants there and some amazing questions that came through. I will say, though, some people have asked about this bumblebee. Some people have asked me, because I'm wearing the bumblebees until we meet our goal, because I think it's important to have your goal in front of you. And not only is it in front of me, it is on me. And other people are asking, they say, do you own more jewelry? And I say, yes, I do, but I'm not wearing it because this is important to me. I want to do something with this. So will you tell us, I noticed you've got some exquisite bumblebees here. Tell us a little bit about the bumblebee and the symbol in Mary Kay.
I'd love to. When Mary Kay started her business, she likened us women to a bumblebee. According to the laws of aerodynamics, a bumblebee should not fly. Its body is too heavy for its light little wings. But guess what? The bumblebee does it anyway. And so that you can attitude is what she wants us to have. And I remember when I was a kid in Mary Kay, and I was in my 20s when I started, I wanted one of these bumblebees. And so the year I was crowned #1, Mary Kay handed me this bumblebee. So it's very, very special. But I think it's special to all of us as women, that sometimes people say, oh, you can't do it. And guess what? We go ahead and do it anyway, just like the bumblebee.
So true. And that's the iconic, that and the pink Cadillac, you know, those are the iconic Mary Kay symbols. And it truly is an honor to be among people who have earned the bumblebees. Now, we just had a great question that came through, which is, I don't know if you can you see these questions on here?
No, I cannot.
Okay. It's just me then, and our viewers. It says, how do you earn a bumblebee?
How do you earn a bumblebee? I can tell you. Great. There are 3 ways to earn a bumblebee. #1, when you're the queen of your seminar, you get a bumblebee. When you're runner-up, first and second runner-up, you get another bumblebee. If you have 24 qualified team members in a year, the company awards you a bumblebee. So those are the ways that you can earn a bumblebee. And they're all diamonds. But I think even if they weren't, it's so symbolic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So as I cling to my little bee. I cling to my little bees over here, which is so fun. Everything's backwards on the screen, so it's really kind of confusing for me. Okay, another question that we've had come through. How much can you make with a business in Mary Kay?
How much do you want to make?
Ooh, I like that. Turn the tables. So if someone said, for example, and we've got 20 minutes here, hopefully consultants and customers, you all know customers, when you submit a question here in this venue, I can see it come up here. We will ask the question to the Queen Bee over here, and then you are earning a $50 shopping spree. So guess what? You get another $10 for every friend that you have join us in the next 10 minutes and ask a question. So get those invites out there. We are on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook. So my question is, okay, I want to earn $2,000 this month. Is that possible with my Mary Kay business?
Yes, it is. I think if you're a new consultant, that may be setting the goal pretty high, but it is possible. I'm going to show you how that's possible. So pardon this. Let's pretend this is that would be a big dollar bill. Everything you sell, you make a 50% profit. So if you wanted to make $2,000 profit in your pocket, go to the bank, you would want to sell 4,000 to get 2,000, which means you'd have $1,000 week for 4 weeks. How do you do that? Holding parties, having reorders. There are numerous ways, and Candace can share that with you. But is it possible? Yes. But what I'd like to talk about is when you start your business, you probably are going to start with 200 to 300 a week. That's a great starting point. And who couldn't use an extra couple of hundred? Right now, that'll probably pay for a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk. I think right now with what we're facing in our economy, I think number one, having a part-time job like Mary Kay that's consumable. People like Candace will tell you at 9:30, it's happy hour for us because the products are down the drain. So number one, it's a consumable item and you get repeat business. And number two, you have a home-based business, so you have tax deductions that are yours. Talk to your accountant about it. But now more than ever, we need something that we can sell and feel proud of and make some extra money to help our family budget.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever that looks like. All right, another question we have here is, I don't know. Oh, show. There we go. Do I need to have experience, and do I have to work a certain number of hours per week?
Okay. Do I have to have experience? No, you don't. We teach you what you need to know. So you don't have to come to the table with, oh, I've had 10 years at Bed Bath & Beyond, and then I worked here, and then I worked here. If you are teachable and coachable, you can do this. There's more information than you will ever use or need on our In Touch, which is our program whereby consultants can tap into and learn. So no experience necessary. And is there a certain amount? I love that question. Is there a certain amount that I have to work? No, there isn't. But I think once you see that it's fun, that it's simple, not always easy, but it's simple, and then it has returns financially, you will probably want to figure out how you can get more time slots into your week. So I would say if you're really serious about wanting some extra money, I would say 6 hours would be a good place to start. What do you think, Candace?
Yeah, and I love that we have such great and different perspectives on this too, because since we are able to work virtually and in person,
yes,
we're able to streamline a lot. So yeah. I know with our unit, I will mail out pamper packages, and we can do a quick little Zoom. Potential customers get to sample, give some feedback on products, and it's a 20-minute thing and we're done. And so you can generate a sale with that right there. And it takes a text message or a phone call to initiate that contact. It takes, yep, sure, you can train with me. Sounds great. It takes, oh, I like how it feels. And how much is it? I mean, you can accomplish that in very quickly.
Well, that was about 10 minutes. So maybe you just need 30 minutes with those.
Yes, that's true.
I forget about that because I didn't grow up in the virtual world. But I know that last year, when the reports came in about how our company did, we had a record-breaking year last year, and most everyone that was experiencing success did it virtually. So, we look good here, but we've probably got sweats underneath it.
Well, somehow we coordinated, so
It was,
no sweats over here. True, we gotta look jazzy. Okay, the next question that came in: can we work virtually and in person? So great, yes, preemptively, we absolutely can.
yes.
And can I start with just 2 friends as customers? So can I think the question really is, can I have a business if it's not 100 people? Can I have a business with 1 or 2 friends or 1 or 2 guests?
Yes. And the reason I can say yes is because I know this from experience.
Mm.
I started my business in Bismarck, North Dakota, and moved to Des Moines. When I moved here, I had to start all over again. So I started with one person from church, and she said, "Oh, your skin looks nice." I said, "Oh, I can't talk to you about it here, but call me at home." And when I facialed her, she said, "I love this product." And I said, "If you will have 5 friends over, you can have anything in my house that you want." And I really did tell her that, but she had 5 friends. So from one person, it went to 5, and it mushroomed from there. So it doesn't take more than one person or 2 to get your business started. It depends on how much you're willing to reset a goal and say, this week I'll have 2 more. I'll add 2 more. And pretty soon you've got a customer base of 200. So 2 can start your business. Isn't that exciting?
It is. Oh, it is. And I think we're our own best customers. I mean, that's the best part, is to say, "Oh, I've tried this. This was great for me. I prefer this formula." I mean, giving that honest feedback, I think, is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Really important. Okay, our next question is, how simple is it to sell? And do I have help with what to say?
All right. How simple is it to sell? I would rather say, yes, we're selling, but I think the process to sell is teaching them. This is how the skin works. This is why you want to massage up. This is why you want a day and night cream. This is why you want to use a product that has retinol in it. There are reasons behind the sales. Once they understand why they're using it, why this product is so good, then the sales are easy. It's just showing them how to take it home. So that's how I would look at, do we have to sell? Are you willing to teach a woman what you do every morning and every night? This is what I do every night. This is what I do every morning. And the next question was, it's gone already.
Do I have help with what to say?
Oh, yes. The answer is absolutely yes. We are a company of education, motivation, and inspiration.
I love that. So yes, and I will elaborate. I was just writing Hope's name down because, Hope, you've earned your $50 shopping spree. Woo! So let us know who your consultant is, and we'll get you hooked up with that. That's pretty exciting. And what I heard you say, I'm sorry, repeat what you just said, because I had a lot of thoughts in my head there.
Built on education, inspiration, and motivation.
So true. It is. Yeah, and I feel like there are some kind of tried and true ways to ask questions that help expand our own thinking as we all grow in this business, and that will definitely lead to a better outcome. So
if I would go and sell cars, I would expect them to educate me on what's under the hood.
Yeah.
How does this work? How does this work? I would be like a sponge. And we do the same thing. We say, this is why we do this. This is why this product follows it. And once you know, it's just like riding a bike. You just know what to do. And if you use all the products, gosh, it's even easier.
Yeah, it's so true. And then someone can say, what do you do? I mean, someone asked me the other day, how old are you and what do you do? And I said, I'll show you exactly what my routine is day and night. And it was, great, because I already knew what it did. But I can also, just reading or even just looking on the computer on my phone, answer the questions of what does this do? So Hope has asked, what would my startup cost be? And so I'm happy to answer that.
You go ahead.
So yes. So back when you started, the starter kit was what, $65?
The starter kit was $65, and we got samples and a sample case. And that was, so when you think about it, 40 years ago, it was $65. And now tell them what it's like.
Yes. So you have two options, two and a half, I'll say, options. If you wanted to say, yeah, I can invest $30. I love the products. I will be my own best customer. I would love a discount and I'd love to be able to make some money. If that's you, sign me up. That was me. That was me. I
Yeah.
said, I have no money, but I'd like to make some. Sign me up. Great. So you can start for $30. That includes your personal website and the ability for people to pay you with a credit card. You can start for $130, which gives you a full size starter kit with about $400 of retail product in there. It's all full size, so you can use to sample, as well as, trays and like little materials, cards, placemats, things like that, and a flip chart, which is great. So those come digitally or physically. And you have the option with either of those, the 30 or the 130, to add a $45 sample kind of startup option. So it gives you enough samples for, I think it's 30 faces of different skincare types, masks, things like that. So you can easily say, hey, Sally, I just started my business with Mary Kay. Is there any reason I couldn't borrow your face and get your opinion? Great. You pop that sample in the mail. You meet with her on Zoom for 10, 15, 20 minutes or an hour if you're great long friends, right? And you've got her feedback, and you do that with 12, 15, 4, however many people you want at a time. So you really do have a few options, but 30 and 130 are going to be your kind of happy places, and you can add that 45 on anytime. So great question. Great question. Well, it looks like we have time for one more question. I am wondering, just in so many years of knowing you, Mona, and watching you with people, I would say you are a belief builder, a belief believer, a belief breather. That's what I was looking for, because I think a lot of women don't ask big thinking questions because we're scared to think big. So have you experienced that? And what would your advice be to someone who says, yeah, I love the product, I feel like I don't know how to sell, or whatever their objection is, and we really find it's coming from a place of self-doubt?
Sure. Oh, I know when I started, I didn't have experience. I knew that I liked the product, and I also knew that I liked people. And the one that brought me into the company kept telling me, you can do this. And she learned that, I know, from Mary Kay. She'd say, try this and do this. I trusted her. If she said do this, then I did it. So that belief that she had in me really carried me through times when I didn't feel like I really could do it. But she said, you can. And that kind of, okay, here's the best way to describe it. I felt like I was such a sparrow on the inside, and she saw me as a peacock on the outside, but I didn't see that yet. And she kept breathing that belief until finally that sparrow met the peacock. And that was an exciting time when I realized I could do this. This is something that I could be successful at. Do we start that way? No. I don't care if you're in athletes or if you're in the music world. We all start small, but if we're willing to step out of that comfort zone and grow, we look over our shoulder, we go, wow, look where I've come, and look where there's left to go.
It's so true. I love, I've never heard you say that. I love that. A sparrow to a peacock. And how true is that? When someone else breathes belief into us or sees something that we don't see, we have unlimited potential. We're only limited by our own beliefs, but when someone else sees something bigger, they shatter your belief system and allow you to jump into something you never would have thought about.
Yes. So true.
I love that. Well, the last thing I kind of put up there was, I knew I love the product and people. That's all I needed. My coach told me you can. And I feel like that kind of sums up.
It really does.
Sums up your story. Well, thank you. Is there anything else you think would be important for someone to know that we could glean from your years of wisdom and your, millions and millions of dollars? So are you just holding on to those millions of dollars, or have you spent them?
I think they're gone. I think probably one of the biggest obstacle we have is fear of failure. And I think we only fail when we're not willing to try. As women, I think, I don't know why we think that. And I don't want to say that women have own that, but I think we need to let go of that. What if I fail? And say, what if I'm a success? And I think that's the biggest thing. Every question really goes back to, I don't have the experience. That falls into, I don't know if I can do this. And I have fear if I can. So if you can think of taking off that coat of fear, throwing it aside and say, tell me what I need to do. I'm ready to go. And not let fear holds us back. Faith moves us forward.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I summed that up and just said, what if I let go of what if I fail and change it to what if I'm a success?
Yes.
Because that's what we put in our brain every day. What we think about, we bring about, right?
Yes. And it's like we're here together, grabbing hands, and we're not going to let go of you unless you let go of us. But we will keep believing until you cross the finish line.
So true.
That finish line is for you.
Yes. And it can change every season of your life.
Yes.
Which I love. We've got time if you've got a family or you're retired or somewhere in between.
Yes.
There's a place for you.
Exactly.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much for being on. We so appreciate your time. And
you're welcome. I love it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love being here.
Well, we love having you. And
so many more things that you and I could both say, but I realize time constraint, and I want to be respectful of that.
And I'm going to ask everyone that is on to text your beauty consultant if you are an A, a B, or a C, just so we can have a gauge. And also, we want to know what your shopping spree is, right? So A is absolutely, I have $30. I've got, a shred of I've got, an ounce of self-confidence, or like a minute of bravery, whatever you want to say, and know that we will have you, we will welcome you, encourage you, and build you up to whatever it is you want to be. If that is you, sign me up. Want the product, want the discount, let's go. Text your consultant in A. If you are a B, it means I'm going to hit the pause button. I just want a little more information so I can make an informed decision. And C is, please keep me as your customer. I'm going to keep paying full price. And thanks for being my awesome beauty consultant. We love everyone wherever you are in that decision process. And if you know someone who is an A or a B, please refer them to your consultant, and I'm sure she'll give you a beautiful reward for it. Well, thank you for being on, and have an awesome, awesome night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mona.